Ah, there we go. Jesus. I don't know how the hell I got muted. I see I had the wrong device in the thing, but yeah. Anyways, howdy gang. Today we are going to start Pentiment. I honestly don't know that much about the game. I mean, store page. I think this is like a murder mystery RPG. There's no combat, but like there is character building. Like there's a skill system and you know choices and stuff. Like it is an RPG. It's by Obsidian. So I'm thinking something like Disco Elysium maybe, and obviously it's all like in the style of picture books at the time. So I think this is like 1200s Bavaria, something like that. Like before shoes even had soles. You see, they were wearing like sacks on their feet. So, like, not quite medieval. A bit before that, like Dark Ages, still maybe. Anyways, I'm looking forward to this. I've heard great things, but it also didn't sell very well. They kind of just wanted to make it, and I'm here to play it since nobody was interested in it. Maybe you'll watch it. Oh, I didn't turn on my headset. There we go. Music. Sound test. It's looking good in there. I'll move around my camera if it's in the way of something important later. We'll see. It's usually fine in the corner. The corner's really for HUD. Oh, da-da-do. Good, good. Slider quality. It is 2D. I'll turn the music down some. I think this is a little obnoxious already. Instant dialogue, text size. Let's make that a little bigger, yeah. I got bad eyes. Text to speech. That's nice. I wonder if it's like... No. Microsoft. I imagine it's like a one-handed game for the most part. It is on consoles. We'll see how that goes. But when I'm bent over my desk like this, you can see my face better. It makes this little webcam thing a little more tolerable. Easy read fonts. This game uses stylized fonts and writing effects may be difficult for some readers. Easy read fonts often use legibility disabled. Peasant script, scribe script, humanist script, monastic script, printer type. See, they're all a little different, but it's not, like, terrible. Like, none of this is cursive, it's just, like, stylized. Like, that's clearly an S, even if it is, like, a dragon. These ones, they all look too, like, the same. Easy enough to read. I like that they didn't just, like, switch to Arial or something boring. I think I can deal with this. I intend to read most of what I can. Unless it's voice acted, we'll see. I have no idea. Should probably drink some water first, actually. This is my reading rock. In principio erat verbum et... Oh, this is Latin. Didn't say anything I'll understand. Oh, I'm supposed to wipe this. Erasing history. What the hell? Music script look like? I can't tell what those notes are, they're all quarter rest. Sleeps. An artist's mind. So I'm in a stream right now. And Abbott said to me, Andreas. I have to click. I don't want you distracting the sisters in the library. I need you to finish this commission by the end of April. The music really is quite loud. I might have to turn that down a bit more. Finish this commission by the end of April. Keep your conversation with Brother Piero to a minimum. Dude, this is character building, technically. It's like in Kingdom Come, where, like, I spent the night dancing, or I got in a fight, or drinking with the boys, like... So this time actually adding some kind of speech benefit. Maybe persuasion, or I don't know. These could probably be very similar, maybe. And this, I don't know, some kind of work stat. Let's say this. I feel like maybe can't rely too much on our speechcraft in the early game, right? Isn't that much earlier than you were expecting? Yes, he had told me until the Ides of May. Asshole. And he's not going to pay you anymore, is he? He's not an appreciation for the cost of your sweat. He has no appreciation. Saint Grobian. He looks like a jester, what the hell? That's why he called the Abbot an asshole. The yield of labor should not be measured in coin, but in personal satisfaction and self-improvement. Socrates. It's just like the devil and angel on your shoulder, maybe. One's like, yeah, this is important work. The other one's like, that guy's an asshole, I'm working too hard. Personal satisfaction doesn't put much food on the table, though, does it? How did you reply to the Abbot, Andreas? He said I would do my best to get it done by the end of April. I told him it would be done when it was done, sometime before the Ides of May. Shrugged and kept... No, I'm gonna keep working at my pace, bitch. You want done before May? I can still make that happen. That's what I like to hear. What's he going to do? Find someone else to finish your work before May? True, making enemies with the abbot may not be wise, but he needs your work. And the doing the work is its own virtue, regardless of what the abbot may think. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as master await you. As master of what? Am I marrying like a sub? Just highlight, you know, like, yeah, click to access the glossary. Nuremberg, free imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire, major trade center, city of arts, including printing. Long-nosed owl. Yes, marriage to someone who has never met, hardly ideal. That is... it's fine. Beauty products don't exist. People all gotta work their asses off. I doubt there's any, like, zitty, fatty women or anything like that. Like, you know, they all got the same treatment here. We're talking, like, 6s and upward, Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh, Jesus. Then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty at least? That's what my brother said in his letter, but maybe he's just trying to lift my spirits. The small portrait they sent was lovely, but we artists can be flatterers. So who knows? That's not why I'm doing it anyways. They sent me a picture, I'm like, hell yeah, beat my meat to that. Growing late, the wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. Ah, true, your majesty. The video is supposed to be ending soon. Hopefully, but it's out of your control, majesty. I do not know, your majesty. Well, I can always dream of this place, your majesty. As I'm doing now. Of course, you are not here tomorrow night. I will pray you will be someplace as pleasant. Fabian, please see Andreas safely home. Of course, your majesty. Till next time, Andreas. Till next time, your majesty. Hey, no mind to the other fools, Andreas. I would jump ship. I never do. Hey, I recognize this song from Kingdom Come. At least I would if they stopped stepping on my feet. Watch where you're going. Hey, they're fools, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything. I know John wants you to endure the abbot shit, but I take you home, I get the last word. Don't let him run you ragged, boy. The abbot can't push you around. He's just trying to keep order in the abbey. I'm an outsider. He'll be fine. I don't want to cause any trouble. Right, an outsider he brought in. If he wants your work, he has no deal with you as you are. Would you please Oh, this guy's a piece of shit. He knocked me the fuck out. I give up. Take me home, Grobian. As you wish, Andreas. Good morning, Ursula. Gloom, Andrew. Time to get up. On the Baron. 1581. Alright, we're a bit further than 12th century, it would seem. J quest. What is my quest? Another day, another few pages for the abbot, and hopefully a few for myself. I need to get across town and head up to the abbey so I can start work in the scriptorium. They really chose these as the fucking tab selection, like... Lame. Ex Libris. Is this like a character glossary? Andreas Mahler, Nuremberg, Germany. Tasting. No, Mahler. It's like, is that my house? Midwife, outer tasting, mill. So, like, why is there no cursor? On the left page, this center area, that's the main map, and then this is Stardew Valley map we're seeing now. Looks like I'm at Gertner Farm. I had page and group do the same thing. Or are these like groups and there's only one page per group? I don't know, they should just give me fucking mouse controls, it's dumb. Earsal? Abbey? Or Readersal? Is that an R or a K? I don't know. Oh, there it is. It is K. Kursov. And there's Europe. Basel, France, Flanders, Aragon, Venice, Bologna, Florence, Budapest. Buda and Pest. Those grew together to become Budapest? I had no idea. Prague. We're kinda out in the boonies. People. Oh, this is the people glossary. Brother Piero of Verona, artist of the Abbey, known for his kindness and helpful nature. Brother Piero is also respected as master painter, specializing in words extraordinary color. Ursula Gertnern, daughter of Peter and Clara, half-sister of Ava and Big George. Big George. Glossary, Nuremberg, right? What, is this like my character sheet maybe? Or is there gonna be like stats or items that I put away in here eventually? I don't know. I really should clean this up. Maybe this stylized text isn't gonna work out. This font's fine, but the other ones maybe. I don't know. The picturesque key of Solomon the Heptanon prior finish gave me all these books to read. He like corrected the letter. What was that? Andrew Abbott. Whoa. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Quite well, actually, thank you. Ordinary as far as sleeping goes. Not well, but there's nothing to be done about it now. Fine. Well, as long as you didn't sleep poorly. Anyways, I know you'll be off to Abbey, so I packed you some food. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from that Albans. Oh, got some nut, bread, and cheese, like... You bake that together. I don't really want to eat those separately on their own, but like the cheesy bread with some nuts on it, that could be pretty good. I know one you'd ask me to join for dinner at the Abbey. Otto stopped by. And yes, around dawn. An interest in Otto, have you? Here you are, Andres. So kind of you, Clara. Many thanks. Mr. Andreas, you wouldn't be too much trouble. Would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? How are you gonna support me and spend your rent money on this extra food for me? And I still gotta be here another month. And if we raised it by 2 groschen, you fucking kidding me? I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes to Abbey, 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it even more than usual, I mean. Or it's no problem at all, besides we won't let Peter lose any more of his precious hair. You're supposed to sound the question. Yes, I think I can manage that. This one sounds like you're maybe a little... You're like begrudgingly doing it still, but you're acting nice, kind of. Like, I was like, like you're not too happy about it. You know, I don't want to sound happy that they're trying to fuck me here. Can't promise anything. I'll see what I can do. Oh, wait, these taxes... Unexpected. Yeah, are they trying to fuck you over? Bench says our taxes didn't go up for years, but ever since we've been married, it's just gone up and up. Peter. Once you look at these spell corrections, it's a little frustrating. I swear that said bench. I used to be that if we didn't have the money, but if we could make payment in kind with some of our crops. Abbey stopped that last year. Now we don't get a good price from the miller. It's hard to give away the Abbey's share. I knew it's not your problem, Andreas, and Peter is too proud to ask you himself. And you find it in your heart to help us out. Or it's no problem at all, besides we don't want Peter to lose any more of his precious hair. I mean, this obviously isn't my home. I'm staying with these people while I'm, like, doing work, like... should be kind. Plus, I have like a paying job. I know how to write and shit. Like, that's probably worth a lot of money. And again, we were complaining about money in the dream. We're so grateful, truly, Andreas. I apologize for asking, but awful to be stuck with such a decision. Peter works hard and it just never seems like it's enough. St. Luke, bless you for helping us out. Speaking of St. Luke, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the abbey. It's only during the divine office that Prior Farron allows me to work on my masterpiece. Reasonable restriction, but slow going. The city council doesn't require it to become master. I'm asking it mostly to clients for my own sake. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I may marry and open a workshop of my own. From Nuremberg to a university, now traveling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. And I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after some wandering. It must be rather frightening starting all over again. I owe it to my family to make something in life. It is, but now this is what I wanted to do. Yeah. Not many people get to decide that. Certainly not anyone in tasting. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching such beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. It is my finest work. It's getting there. Well, it's hard to say until it's done. There's no way to think about it. I'm sure it will be your treasure when it's finished. That must be what he meant by a few pages for myself. He's writing a book independently in addition to his scribe work. And now that we're in a rush for work, he's pretty pissed off he doesn't have time to do his personal thing, which I fucking relate to. Now let's get back to my own work. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas, and I'll see you after Vespers for supper. Not tonight, but thank you. Claus Ducker invited me to... Is this how I... There's underlined things, and you're supposed to be able to click them to open the glossary, but I don't know. Of course, please say hello to the Duckers, Truckers. And of course, until later, Clara. Hello, Clara, can you spare me a moment to chat? Of course, Andreas, how can I help? I don't know why I can't help you with tax troubles. You said you were behind on taxes, Abby. Exactly how much are you short? Oh, well, about, 2 goldens worth. What is that, like 200? Can't pay your rent early, that's alright. I'm sure we can find some way to pay for the habit. Happy to contribute whatever I can, and no time to work for you right now. No, I'll have payment for you. I was merely curious. A good heart, Andreas, but I'm afraid I can't accept. You're just too proud of a man to ask for charity while there's still ground to till. I really shouldn't have asked you about Ren in the first place. You're young and have your whole life ahead. I'm happy to pay a relic for has been a good host to me. I can't without more than your family. Don't mention this to Peter, alright? I would hate to know. Told you about our troubles. No thing. Thank you, Andreas. Oh, later, Clara. Hello, Andreas. What you got for me? How much of the screen is my face taking up, really? Like, you know, it's a unique art style, isn't it? I don't want to, like, be covering up too much. Like, God forbid a whole character. In that first scene, there's a woman in the tower. I was even thinking I could have been blocking her, like, I turned the camera on. We'll see. If that's like a common thing for people to be all over the screen. Who's this rough lad? Am I like stuck on this road? Andreas! Ill Peter. God bless you, Andreas. Oh yes, Andreas. This weather's been fucking awful. This town's gone to shit since my days. I don't think the townsfolk can do much about the weather. Things different when you're young. As different as beer and piss. The old abbot didn't bother us much about our customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering to Rectra to keep the skies clear, the weather fair. Oh. He thinks the weather's gone to shit because you aren't praying to pagan gods anymore. Matthias knew that God, Christ, was in our hearts, even if the White Lee's name was on our lips. Church banned all observance of pagan gods, ill Peter. God St. Maurice was protecting tasting. I think that spirits have been fouling the weather since no one follows the customs anymore. Sharper than you look, eh? The saints weren't the first to watch over tasting. My father knew that. Old reigning Kemper knew that. That bastard may not like it, but some of us keep the traditions alive. The old widow Attila, I wanted to mention that at the abbey. When you get up in the night and take a piss, you go around the right side of that house and never look back the same way. That way witches won't steal your soul. How interesting. There she go. Alright, God bless you. Oh, is that like Peter's dad? Peter, son of Peter. Rocket cat. What the fuck is that thing though? The legs. How did I open my inventory the first time? Was it J? Which way am I supposed to be going right now, dog? I'm trying to get to the abbey. And I'm all the way down here, so I gotta go, like, way up. Looks like it's the uppest you can go. Sheep blocking the road. They want me to go through the whole town. Maybe a bit of a tutorial. Big George. Morning, Andres. Morning, Big George. How's it going? You working today? Just taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. He hit a big rock with the plow and took, Lord knows how long to pull it out. You off to the abbey. Every day but Sunday. Right? Thank God for Sundays. Smells like a storm's coming now. It just smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been traveling too much. Where was it spent your Wandershire before you came to tasting? Is that like Wandershire? Right, like J, it makes a Y sound in German, right? So like Wanderjahr. Maybe. I don't fucking know. Pick a background that affects your character's choices going forward. Basil. Andreas knows some Italian and French, can reference cultural touchstones from Basil, nearby Zurich and Fernberg. Low Countries. Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones. That one's probably useful. Like, Deutsches are all over Germany, yeah. Italy. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, can reference cultural touchstones. Florence, Venice, and Milan. He was talking to Plato in his head. I think this might be like the most useful for like power gaming. Enter Bruges and Ghent, all the great art cities of Flanders. Where's that? That's in it. North and west, down by the sea. Here's your problem. The sea air has confused your senses of smell. Spend enough time in these mountains and you'll be able to smell storms coming. How long will that take? 10, 15 years? I don't think I have that long, Big George. You spend a lot of time in Flanders doing anyway. Or than art, I mean. Andreas seeks out pleasure wherever he goes, extremely social and quite experienced in all of the enjoyable vices of the world. Is partying in his youth, perhaps. Did go to university. Andreas lives to work and dedicates all his time to his craft. I mean, he kinda does. Like, I imagine all of these are true to an extent. Andreas spends all of his non-working time spending and reading many books as he possibly can. Scallion. Andreas has a penchant for getting involved in pretty schemes and pranks, minor crimes and fistfights. Businessman. Andreas devotes much of his time to self-promotion, optimizing business expenses, making investments, and balancing his books. I think like, these top three are probably the most reasonable. Though it seems like he's only getting into his personal craft now. Like he probably spent more time just studying. Reading mostly, talking about books, I couldn't get enough of it. Later says some of the most incredible manuscript illustrations in Christendom. And the books are very, they produce the treasures, everyone. I didn't realize that books meant that much to you. I've seen Father Thomas' Bible, a few other books. I haven't had much use for the reading though. Anyways, I have to take it along. George, let's go. Dad's already acting like I'm taking too long, even though I did was work to get that rock out. See you later, Andres. See you later. Yeah, I'm not trying to do individual voices for the characters, by the way. It's just easier for me to slip into an accent sometimes. Choke less on my words. I imagine there's gonna be too many people in this town for me to give them all a unique voice and remember it the whole time I'm playing. Dangerous. Oh, Andreas, good timing. Do you have a moment to lend me a hand? I'm afraid I'm running late. I swear it won't be long. Alright. Wonderful, I've got too many irons in the fire. If you're gonna give me a groschen for it, like, I can live with that. Or rather, shoes. Horseshoes. I miscounted how many I put in. Now I need a hand, or I'll still overheat and won't be able to work the metal. Take the shoe in the tongs. Put the heart part of the shoe on the anvil and I'll hit it with the hammer. Faster. Is this why the anvil is shaped like that? I had no idea. I've only ever seen it used for working swords. Well done. See, short work. Thanks for the help, Andreas. I don't know what I was thinking doing all those at once. Sure would be nice to have someone to help out here every day. If you considered a child. Well, that's probably a topic for another day. Anyways, I don't want to take up any more of your time. See you and Otto up by the Abbey, your guest house for dinner. Till then. Ender Schmidt's smithy is much smaller than the ones used at the Abbey. He has a personal smithy at the Abbey. Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm keeping an eye on him. That looks like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Morning, Andreas, excuse us. Once the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping on it. You want to help him? Yeah, fucking do your job, Martin. Fuck. Mind your own business, asshole. Martin, that's enough. And Andreas, leave this button to my mother. Oh look, there's something going up after this thing's in church, please. Who's that on the horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky is giving him an earful. Christ, I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding when Johann pulled his pants down. Knock two of my man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger. You think he's a noble? He looks really rich. God damn it, Martin. Stay out of trouble for once. Well, yeah, behave yourself. Don't have enough to deal with it right now. Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road, we need to get these sheep under control. Or see you later. Help them, dog. Eat shit, Andreas. Yeah, this kid seems like punk. In my man now. Trucker house off limits. Good morning, Andreas. How's it going? Why is it upside down? Is it because he had to translate it? Like, is this guy speaking different language? That'd be interesting. Like, you hear it, you have to think about it, and then you know what he said. Morning, Klaus. Another day at the Abbey, another few hours on my masterpiece. Good to hear you still coming by for supper tonight. Mary and Bert would love to see you. You really need to see these new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition, Till a Spiku. I didn't realize Father Thomas let you print books in Italian. Come on, Andreas, he's not that strict. I know he's trying to protect people from heresy. Your sloppy typesetting, maybe that's why it was upside down. Sure, why not? Some things people are publishing these days would make a bishop's head spin. Or an abbot's. It doesn't take much with that one. You know, but at least I have to deal with him much. So supper tonight at Vespers? Of course, thank you. Sounds like everybody's having dinner tonight. Great, I'll tell Mary and Bert you're coming. See you then. See you later. So we're at the Abbey already. It took a lot less screens than I thought. God bless Master Muller. I hope the week is going well. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. Thank you, Father, but I'm running late to the Abbey. Good, good, Andreas. I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning Mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? Yes, I apologize. I promise I'll make it this Sunday. I do, but I've been working on sketches late at night, and This is like when you go to the dentist, they're like, you got such nice teeth. Do you floss? Tell them no, because like that shit gets stuck between your teeth. You feel like you're gonna rip them out. Like, oh, well, I guess they're not that nice then. You Bro, I'm trying to fucking live my life here. Like, I pray to God every other morning. Do I really have to be at Mass on Sunday, dog? Andreas, this is about more than your success in life. This is one... It's about eternity. Oh my, what a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Master Mahler, this is Lord Baron of, Rothvogel? Rothvogel? I don't know, man. A great lord from the countryside near the Worms. Worms? I got worms! It's good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly, one after all your neighbors were welcoming. Oh yeah. What brings you back to our little town? My wife and I are returning from a trip to Venice. We spent a few days in Ironsburg, and it was terribly dull. Ironsburg. I mean, it has a certain charm. Common to these alpine cities. Place was crawling with nobles, the emperor's diet. There we go. Diet. An imperial diet is an assembly of 3 colleagues. Alright, so it's like his advisors. Emperor, he was there. Did you see him? Oh, briefly. He was sitting for a portrait at the time, quite lonely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter. Who is the artist? I'm sure you know him, an older man from Nuremberg with enough of a reputation to paint the emperor. I'm sorry, my lord, I'm not sure who you mean. Have you not heard of Albrecht Dürer? Pity, I thought he was known across the empire. Albrecht Dürer, renowned painter and printmaker from Nuremberg, reserved Venice across the Leon in 1512, enjoyed the patronage of Emperor Maximilian I. The fuck are these images? And my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Curacao. I heard Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. A great loss for the Abbey and for us all. Indeed. By good fortune, I recently came across a copy of his story text that he was reading during my last visit. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal. Yes. But I must be off. Well, there will be time enough to discover these things past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the Abbey, enough for Father Garrett. I have to come check on its progress. Oh, my lord, if you've come to see your manuscript, you should speak to young Master Mahler here. Not quite true master yet, but many have to marry and be approved by our city council. Right. So, well, I'm not allowed to have my own studio until I'm a married man. That's weird. Guess there's sure no land goes to waste. No failing businesses in the country. Andreas is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. For the next few months, he's also helping Abbey Scriptorium. Nuremberg artist working in Abbey Scriptorium in 1518. Oh, we should talk to Andreas, just know his story. Yeah, of course, my lord, would be an honor. Well, I'm already late to Abbey, but I suppose it's alright. Of course it is. I have a word with the abbot. It makes it fuss. Please, like, excuse my whole morning. I'm just wasting all this time and I'm late. If he still makes a fuss, I'll have a word with the Prince Bishop of Fraser. Phrasing. a good friend of mine. Thanks for your introduction, Father Thomas. Come to supper at the Abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the Abbot's stable. Is Abbot inviting me? Don't worry about it, Father. Just show it after Vespers. He's going to refuse us. When is Vespers? Monastic hour at dusk. 1 major prayer hours. It's followed by supper. Oh, okay. So it's like their late night prayer before bed. Excellent. We'll see you then. Nicholas, I'm dismounting. Run ahead for us to take a few horses to Abby's guest house. I'd like to take my time talking with Master Mahler if I see you there. At once, my lord. So then you're a journeyman from Nuremberg. Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not yet be a master. You said you were, unmarried? Oh, I'm betrothed. No, I'm not married, but in truth I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt. Erfurt, wonderful, the same university of Martin Luther. Have you read his works? Tremendous mind. Tremendous. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man. I like Latter-day Saints. Is that what Martin Luther is? Lutheran Church? Something like that. Wait, you have even met him, did you? You must tell me. No, it was a few years ahead of me. Still, his ideas seem fascinating. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. I just wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they've even read his list of 95 theses against the church. What? 95 theses. Theses. List of propositions against the church practice of selling indulgence for remission of sin. Yeah. So, you know, instead of like, when you go to confessional, they tell you, oh, you're giving your 5 Hail Marys because you fucking sucked a dick, you know, last weekend, you were a little drunk. Instead, like, oh, give me 5 groschen and you'll just keep your ticket into heaven, we'll absolve you of sin, bro. Just fucking give us money. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gernot does not disappoint in that regard. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, did you attend university? You seem very well educated. No, my family is merely wealthy enough to provide me with all the books and tutors a child could dream of. Sounds a little lit. I love all knowledge from Aristotle and Cicero. Insinuo. Erasmus. Aristotle. Everyone between and yet to come. I may have misjudged the Baron. It seems he is as well read as any university student. In truth, I'm simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? Did I? In truth, I'm simply happy to speak now that you earned your doctorate. What? Why did that happen? No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. I started working towards a doctorate, but didn't finish. Oh, that's a shame. Well, what was your area of study? Mary's had a strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies, and similar subjects. I mean, I'm working in a church, that'd be good. Imperial law. Andreas knows the basics of the fractured systems of law that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. So, like, history, church, which, you know, they write all the books. It's probably a good way to get access to books. That makes sense. And medicine, which is supposed to be a murder mystery, so this is probably very helpful to know. But I don't see it. It's probably theology. Andreas is familiar with basic human biology, medicine, and illness. And if I went to Italy and I was, like, interested in, like, Michelangelo and shit, like, Leonardo, you know, all the turtles. Theology, as odd as it may seem, not odd at all. It's a good field of study if you want a position in the church. My late uncle was the abbot at Fulda. I spent many hours reading the manuscript in her library with his permission. He was a pious enough man, I suppose, but he had great power from the abbey. If I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show your face here again. Like me or him. Curse you, Lorenz Rothrigal, Burchett's dogs are tearing you to pieces would be too kind. Is that like a demon? Burchett, pagan goddess of the Alps, associated with animals and spinning wool. She is still invoked by Christians in Austria. The hell? Switzerland, Bavaria, and Swabia. These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What happened? Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. Probably fucked her daughter or something. Well, what of your early time at the university? Every student must study trivium and quadrums, yes? Did you have your favorite subjects? Jay has strong command of Latin grammar and vocabulary. He can also easily recall sentences and a quick quote from wisdom of the Roman Republic. He did seem to have Plato close to his heart. Logician, Andreas instinctively knows through the implications of information he receives it. The depth at spatial analysis needs to perform complicated calculations of his head that can't be that complicated. Orator, Andreas excelled in rhetoric in university, skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker. Cultist, Andreas knows soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, theurgy, neuromancy, various magical rites, and useless. Heavens and earth. Andreas knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies, and movement, familiar with various plants and animals from study, personal experience. I mean, knowing animals might be useful in, like, a countryside town like this, but, being good at speaking can also be useful. He's more of a writer. Logic might be helpful with some of the crime, but, like, they don't have much technology. Whatever they're doing can't be that complicated. Latin would make sense to study, considering he's a writer. Let's say I'm good at speaking, public speaking. The art of persuasion, naturally, rhetoric. I assume you studied the Greeks and Romans both. Yes, Aristotle, Cicero, of course, but Christian thinkers, Augustine and Thomas Aquinas. True, we have less seats for public discourse than senators did in the Roman Republic. Exactly, doctors of the church weren't trying to persuade politicians, but to move the mind towards Christian truth. Still, principles remain the same. Content your arguments in arranged style and internalize them both before delivering them to your audience. Splendid, though I suppose the artist has little use for rhetoric, especially in a place such as this. Apps. Not true, rhetoric is also an art, and like other forms of art, it should be created for the audience and its purpose. It can be practiced easily and in the streets of a rural town like Cura of Rome. Well put. And your other studies, was there anything else you excelled at? Oh, so I get to pick two. I mean, I said Latinus made the most sense. I don't know, like, I feel like I'm taking basic math for granted. Like, if he doesn't have logicity, he might not know how to fucking count to 4. This boy is I'm making him out to be a bookworm, right? He just loves writing. It sounds like he maybe does some painting, but, like, pages, he's trying to write a book right now. Focus on Latin, it's useful in many ways, but especially for understanding manuscripts. Wonderful, beautiful language used in the greatest empire of the ancient world. Tell me, what is your favorite sonata? Senentia? What the hell? Senentia are commonly understood as moral maxims, typically originate. So these are like the cheesy things that like characters in strategy games say when you click on them. Like, friendship shines the brightest in the darkness. They may have been employed as short quasi-local rhetorical shorthand among educated audience. Everyone enjoys the smell of their own farts. Classic. Still use that one today. Everyone remember to tell a tale of another's kindness many times, so whenever a kind deed is done to you or others, be quiet. Modesty. So this is like big dick energy or meekness. Yeah, this one's classic. But using Eremos as cheating. A little, but Eremos was paraphrasing Aristotle. There, if you don't mind dipping your Latin cup into Greek well. There's the abbey. I have good memories of this place, and of Father Matthias. I was sad to hear his passing. How'd you come to know him? How'd you come to know, Curacao at all? My family has been patrons of Curacao for I don't know how many generations. Some years ago, that Curacao still had a wonderful library of artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript productions, so I shocked to find active scriptorium here. Well, there's not much left of it these days. Two old men, a young scribe, and me. This place is any great art. Artists that remain here are quite talented, a bit old-fashioned. That's me. Ah, well, perhaps it's his nostalgia that brings me back here. I commissioned a manuscript through Father Gurna a year ago. I thought I would stop by and check on the progress. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no, I do know the artist well, the Venerable Brother Piero. How venerable. He still has his wits and his skills, that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color. And I very much look forward to seeing it. Nicholas, tend to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the abbey. Yes, me lord. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Nuns. Yeah, he probably fucked someone. Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they're separated. The church closed most of them centuries ago. But then Curacao is a place of time in more ways than one. You know, Mother Cecilia, she seemed to recognize you. We were acquainted, yes. Let's leave it at that. She, the one he fucked. You must be Father Gurnet. I am Lorenz, Baron of, Yes, Baron of Rothko. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. If you say so. I'm not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you in a few days. Yes, I know, I wrote ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. It was, yes, I mean, no, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from your kitchen? Yes, certainly, my lord. I'll meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorum now. Of course, Father, why are you taking this out of me? It's not my problem. Is this the best time to ask for advance on my payment for the Book of Hours? Yeah, no, let's not get on his bad side. Then get to work. Shit, I should have asked him about an advance for Adventure's taxes. And maybe I can convince Brother Method to pay me early. Yeah, that's Matthew. Bless you, Master Major. How goes your work in the scriptorum? Very well, thank you. Oh, then I guess you wouldn't be interested in the Saffron Agnes you received yesterday. But why not? Saffron? Really? Where'd you hear that? Sister, Matilda? Saw her in the albums. Maybe you can convince Friar Frank to get some for your elbows. Good to know. Oil for my elbows, maybe? How's, Mousefanger? He's around here somewhere, hopefully getting to Abbey Rabbits before Sister Matilda does. Till later, Sister Gertrude. Bless you, Andreas. Maybe I'll see you by the shrine Saint Santia one of these days. God bless you, Master Mahler. A relic containing a hand of Saint Maurice, which is said to have once held the Holy Lance. Bless you, Brother Piero. No wait, Master Mahler. I thought you couldn't see Sister Margaret. During the day I can see some colors. How did you know it was me? You and your brother Piero both smell like the pigments you use. But you're taller, and you have another smell to you, like fish or burned almonds, not the bread. Oh, that's, old Hills. Linseed oil, popular among the Italians, but Brother Piero doesn't use it. I'll ask Sister Gertrude about it. Our Sister Gertrude's herbs coming. It's too early to tell, most of them won't be growing until May. Still, working with herbs suits me. Have a good day, Sister Margaret. Bless you, Master Mala. Brother Matthew maintains the shrine along with some of the sisters, main badges, pilgrims. We have time. Is an hour passed? Yeah, that's about right. These might end up being a bit shorter because I have to do so much talking, like, my voice is gonna get worn out. Not that I'm thinking of any anytime soon, but, you know, maybe like 2.5, not the whole 3 that we usually do, we'll see. Where is this scriptorum? Is it in the church? What is a locker-room? Locker-room sounds like a locker room. There's the cloister. Cloister's like the bedroom. It's the dorm. God bless you, Andres. Has your voice yet recovered from Easter math? See, his voice gets tired too. Oh yes, it's a bit of strain, but worthy sacrifice. Oh, the Lord can give us his all on Easter. Exactly. You have a good day in the scriptorum. Have a good day singing. Crypt, the tower, dorms, Old Bailey, sacristy, Matthew. God bless you, Andreas. This motherfucker looks like a yad. How is the sacristy today? The same as yesterday? Does my vocation seem silly to you, Master Molo? Absolutely not. Even though I did not complete my theology studies, I understand the importance of a sacrist. Your understanding is appreciated. The treasures of the Abbey remain secure thanks to your inquiry. God be with you. One more thing, I have a favor to ask you, bro. Yes, Andreas? I was hoping you'd give me my pay for the latest manuscript early. This isn't part of the agreement you made with Father Gurut. You'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you illuminate, not before. Illumination is like the practice of drawing these little pictures all over the fucking manuscripts. So that's why they hired an artist. I guess I would be making a picture book and not an actual, like, writing thing. But, you know, if you're, like, gonna stare at a Bible all day, it might as well have some cool creatures in it and keep a smile on your face. You're, like, not actually reading it. You probably don't even know how to read. You know that frog with a little bowler head? I love them. Yes, I only have a few pages left, Brother Matthew. I'll finish them in the next few days anyways. Then I think you can wait a few days to collect your wages. This abbey runs through mutual agreements, not haphazard payments. Breaking such contracts would cause undue trouble not only to Curacao, but for tasting as well. Is that why the taxes were increased so abruptly? What is this about, Andreas? I'd like to help the Gurners pay their taxes to the Abbey. The Gurners asked me for their rent early, so I can pay their taxes to the Abbey. I need the money, brother. I made a grave error and I'm in debt. Yeah, it's a vicious cycle, dude. I would not have expected Peter Gurner, of all people, to beg a lodger for help. His wife did. That must have been difficult for her. I'm sorry, Andreas. You seek a remedy to the Gertrude situation and plead your case to Father Gernot. The matter is pressing, Brother Matthew. In the name of Christian charity, isn't there anything you can do? This is the money I would have paid eventually, and it would be a great relief to the girders. Respected, admitted, Clara asked for help. And that gives me a 100% chance of success, it looks like. So, yeah. Nice. Very well. Do not ask this of me again, Andreas Mahler. Here you are. I shall note this with Father Gernot and Prior Ferner. Bennick. Thank you, Brother Matthew. God bless you, Andreas. Alright, now I've got my payment. I can give Clara rent early. That'll cause trouble if they see the rent. I gotta give it to her discreetly. It's like, oh no, we didn't come up short this month. There's this Old Bailey garden. Scriptorum. That's what I was looking for. Cemetery, Scriptorum again. Say hello to a good crier, yeah. What is this? Volvu? What? Constellations? Or is this math? No, those are constellations. I recognize the Big Dipper. I don't know what these other things are. I've seen this before in astronomy and medical tracks. What's this one for? 2 wheels. Top wheel has Greek letters and holes cut out to reveal Latin letters underneath. Translating. And the outer edge of the lower wheel is divided into 4 sections, each bearing an elemental symbol. Right, I remember these, like water and oil and fire, and I guess that's wind. That earth, wind, fire, water. They're all triangles, like. I remember the symbols being on some of the jugs in Kingdom Come when you did that alchemy. 24 holes, enough to cover all letters in the Greek and Latin alphabets. For real? A quarter turn, the upper disc aligns a different elemental symbol with the top of the lower disc. And it reveals different set of letters underneath. I wonder what for, a cipher of some sort? Maybe it tells you where to find these in the sky in each season. I need to investigate more. This has to be connected to something else around here. Alright, we gotta get our asses to work. Guy. Good day, Andreas. How's your morning going, brother Guy? It's fine. More contracts for the abbot. Which would you rather be making, contracts or manuscripts? I honestly don't care, dude. As long as the abbot is impressed, he could have me write the first chapter of Genesis until Judgment Day. Does the abbot's opinion mean that much to you? The abbot and the priors both. You're lucky. When you're done with this, you're going home. I'm never going to see Burgundy again. I'll need to make the best of the next 40 years. And I'll leave you to it. Edic. God bless you, Andreas. How are you feeling today, Brother Edic? Aw, Will. What? Howie Mill. Ow, hurt. That is what he said, "I'll mill." That's easy, I am well. He must have been speaking Latin or something. This is rope covered in cum, though. Well done, my son. It's early. I'll give you a harder one later. I look forward to your arrangements, brother. Anagrams, Brother Edic. So it was a cipher. Literal nut. Ah yes, until then. So he like jumbled up the letters. Said something else. Said that's a galaxy brain thing some people do, you know, they just look at things and they start making connections. Or it could mean that they're insane. Andreas, God bless you, so good to see you. Good morning, Brother Piero, good to see you as well. I don't like this weather, my bones ache, it means the storm is coming. Big George Durner says if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell storms coming. Brother Edic has been here long enough to know that we can always smell him coming. Do not forget, Brother Guy, the fate of the youth who jeered the aged prophet Elisha outside of Bethel. Followed by bears, weren't they? She-bears. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, Brother Edic? I'm comparing you to an impudent youth whom the Lord, in his ineffable wisdom, may choose to strike down. Brother Guy, please show more respect to Brother Edic. You're being mean-spirited. It's just a joke, dog. I am old Andreas. Every slight against me stings with the fire of 1,000 wasps. But I will pray to God for the strength to endure this wickedness. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Ferric is not overseeing us today. He was here, but then he heard Lawrence Rothvogel, and Rothvogel had arrived and hurried out like a little mouse. Ferric is Baron. Is that like Frank? Baron is desperate to impress the abbot and nobles of Rothvogel. It is pathetic. You feign kindness to Father Abbot and our prior only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It's shameful. Oh no, Baron Rothvogel, his manuscript. I just realized that he will want to see his manuscript. Silly me, of course, that's why he's visiting. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry so much about patrons' visits. What's the problem? Baron's just one client. He has to wait like everyone else. Hi, someday you will stand where Piero is, and a young monk will stand where you are now. Mors etiam daphnis stuve. Sure, that's one of those platitude things. Death also came to Daphnius of Sicily. Anyway, what's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like everyone else. Set them both. Andreas, Baron Rothvogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including Prince Bishop of Freezing. Curacao is already out of favor. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with more attention. Well, if Prior Fernick isn't here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. You haven't done any work on your main thing, though, dog. Oh, that's right, I need a reference in the Dermal manuscript. I like the original document, or we make our own copy of it. What do you want, Andreas? A book in Der Mauer manuscript, the Book of Hours. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? What do you mean? I mean, did you sleep alone? Dude. I'm staying at a guest. I'm not diddling. What do you want to know? It would be nice to have something to think about during divine reading. Jesus. Looks like a nun. Have you considered thinking about the Lord? You really are a cloud of sunny days, Andreas. I just get the book. And it's all the way upstairs. Can you get by without it? I really can't get by without it. Really, my feet hurt and the stairs are so steep. I'm going to ask Ilma to get it. Sister Illuminata. Andreas needs a book and he's being inappropriate with me. Whoa! Andreas. Sister Illuminata, I'd like to borrow in their manuscript, a book of hours. I wasn't being inappropriate with her. I didn't think that you were. Sister Zedna has poor attitude towards her vocation, the rule, and I suppose the 10 Commandments. If this is not her vocation, she should not be here. You expect too much from a young woman who's been locked up in an abbey. I imagine it takes some longer than others to accept their new lives here. She may yet come around. That is charitable, you, but perhaps you're right. I should not have been so quick to judge her. In any case, I overheard you requesting the Indermauer manuscript here. Please return it promptly. You know, I can, like, finger something through that door, and it's basically a glory hole. I think I'm protecting any nuns over there. Andreas, may I see your masterpiece is coming? Well, I just started. Of course, your opinion is always welcome. Oh, this looks quite nice. Yes, the composition is lovely. There's a joyful spirit in the arrangement of the figures. What, people foraging in the forest? Truffle hunting with pigs. The contrast of colors is also quite nice, rich and beautiful on their own, not overpowering the scene. Doesn't feel right, I don't know why. It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. Not original. Clients want. What do you want? Where are you in this work? I know there was room for me in here. It doesn't concern me. I want to do a good job. I want my clients to be satisfied. I didn't know I could make my own interpretation of this stuff. It is inescapable. We all put ourselves into our work, whether we realize it or not. What does this painting represent? It's November. The final harvest. In November, we show peasants leading the pigs in a forest forage for an acorns before the slaughter. Put them to work before you kill them. That's a little fucked up. Toughens the meat too, doesn't it? Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage for acorns in the forest. Can you tell me I gotta redo this whole damn painting, dog? Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it, even in Gernot. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted. It is not the way November is. Art is illusion, storytelling, but their most sublime form. These images illuminate a path to the truth. It is most important to me that my clients are happy. They won't pay for the truth. Yes, but with God's grace, this book of ours will outline us all. Outlive us all. What will it say to those who are in a future generation, centuries beyond our comprehension? So this is actually big truth, like, because this game was set in such an odd time period, like, the further you go back, the less documented history there really is. So, like, even if they say that this is, like, all accurate, it's more of, like, an abridged accuracy. Not everything is, like, totally known. They just fill in with stuff from similar time periods. So, you know, him, like, just painting November as it always was, rather than how it currently is, that can offset when we believe that change actually happened. Some will gaze deep into your lines and paint to seek deeper meaning. What will they find? But you need not listen to my opinions. They are just thoughts of an old monk. There is no place for the monastic scriptorum anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. Does that make you sad? Why is that? Why has Kirisu kept this up for so long? Some people, some places have a difficult time letting go of the past. I am among them. I'm not among them. The creation of books, of art, is no longer the province of monasteries, so be it. More people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in doing, be brought to truth. Do you think there's danger in anyone being able to write, anyone being able to read anything? I think there'll always be a place for artists like you and Brother Edic. Not for Brother Guy, he hates this. It's kind of you to say so, Andreas, but you need not be concerned for me. I have lived a long life. I'm happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. Time advanced, I guess. Those skinny ass legs. Ah, where's the time gone? It's already terrace. Too much talk. I must ask forgiveness for not honoring the rule. Till later, Andreas. Till later. They're monks, so they gotta go do their prayers and shit, but suppose I can stay and work. Spilt my ink, that's costly. Hey, I recognize that. The hell did you just do? That was sus. What's going on here? Andreas, what was that noise? Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Luminon. I knocked over a bowl of paint onto the floor. But Prior Fennec came in and wrote one of his books, slammed the door closed, and left. He was in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. He was slamming books shut? Prior Fennec should know better than that. Some of these manuscripts are quite delicate. I fully agree, delicate or not, books should not be treated with utmost care. Many contain precious wisdom that can aid in the unenlightened in growing closer to God. They should be protected and cared for. Which is why a book should not be taken out of the library unless it's necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorum. Still mad at me for borrowing Chronicle Clara. No, anger is not an appropriate response for none. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you the book for no valid reason. Not valid. Is it not valid to want to see the work for one of the great Irish scribes? One who wrote masterworks that even now grace libraries of Cologne, Fulda, and Mainz. No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work or about the abbot permits it. Now, if you excuse me. Wait, what's all this fuss about Lorenz Rothvogel? It is Rothvogel, okay. Why is Prior Fennec so nervous? Lorenz, I didn't know you were familiar enough with the man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but Prior and his father Abbot have. I only know that he purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years, and he paid enough to help the Abbey when we need it. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. I know about this, Andreas. If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Of course, I'll help in any way I can. Thank you, this is for the good of the Abbey. Where should I begin? Out there where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium. I tell you what books I'm looking for, find them and return them to me. The first books are 2 volumes of Aeneid, a poetic epic telling legends of Aeneas, a heroic Trojan who struggled to reconcile his personal desires with his destiny found in Rome. And it was written in the 1st century. Wasn't Troy destroyed? Or don't we, like, have trouble even proving that it ever existed? I love that turnip. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. And sprick inches, or numeric inch. They are not his to keep. I do have a game to talk about, but this game's all reading. It's gonna be hard to do that. Maybe I'll have to, like, do what we did when we played Pyre and just, like, take a moment where it's, like, we've got some chill vibes and just talk about something else. Or it can wait. I don't know how long this game is, actually. I guess these are the books, right? Fair amount of wear on these, I hope you don't mind. Those volumes were old even when Piero started to make his copies. How long ago was that? What, they fucked by the river that someone saw and they came back and they burned her like a witch and stabbed her, or she killed herself maybe, and they kind of, what the hell? No, that guy, that's Hermes, right? He's got the feathers on his head. Maybe that was a jealous woman like Aphrodite or something. How long ago was that? 3 years. Aeneid is one of my favorite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. And it shows his duty to the gods over his lover Ditto. Is that where the term Ditto comes from? Callum non sponte sequor. I do not go to Italy willingly. I did not make you for a scholar of Roman poetry, Andreas. The words sit easily in my memory, I'm not sure why. Probably out of love rather than duty. You you think Anya's sense of duty appeals to Piero? We all have our vocations. Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in the Abbey. You clearly take your chosen vocation seriously. Andreas, I didn't have a choice in my vocation. You women do. Well, surely it's not that true. That doesn't mean women can't take pride in their vocations. The City of Ladies, Christian Den Pisan defended women of all classes by showing their value to society. An admirable effort, but even if we do exactly as we are told, we are portrayed as vehicles of sin. Yep. And do a lot of bad things for pussy. Temptresses and seducers by virtue of our sex, even when men are the aggressors. Stick your dick in anything, dog. Come on. Even in the Abbey, we must have traveled in pairs, lest we tempt the brothers or others. I mean, the more the merrier, really. I don't think that's gonna help. And here in these pages, Virgil cast Dido and Andreas seducer through. It was the gods that thrust her into his arms. Ah, so that's Virgil. Like Ditto, we ordinary women are merely tools in their tales of men. We can never be the protagonists of our own stories. Just wait till you get to 2016. Every fucking protagonist has to be a strong woman. No woman is exempt from that except the Empress up to none. It is our lot. I suppose I understand now why you're not fond of Aeneid. It is fine poetry for men. Now the books, if you please. Thank you. Next, Wretched Gurn. It is a printed copy, green cover, diamond pattern. I do not have the size in the ledger, but hopefully description is enough. I know the one talking about. Brother Adic was reading it. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It belongs to, Amanda Russo of Lugurno. It's a Venetian edition that's quite valuable. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. I certainly see the brothers enjoying it. The book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. That baby is sold to pirates, raised a servant that lives a life adventure, wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments. You forgot the best part. In the end, Gurin learns he is of royal blood. He's the son of a duke. He reigns as king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictine should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. Redemption will still be waiting for them when they put down the book. Yes, always, but they still must choose redemption. I'm Unless there's something I just really disagree with, I feel like you should almost always pick your background option, right? Like, that's unique to your playthrough. And it probably gets you some kind of bonus if a persuasion check comes up, right? Should we go on sinning so grace will increase? Of course not. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sometimes yes, but books like these, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? You die better than we were born. And that's the problem. What's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither feud nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. I see, I get options. I like that. Paul's words can be hard to recall when you're suffering because of your station in life. And yet Paul says that women must obey men. Even the Gospels can't free us from the bondage of our place in life. We may be one in Christ, but we are not equal in this world. I think that's about what he said. I think this one's a little less misogynist than, you know. But this one's maybe a better argument for a nun. I don't know. We need to clear our heads, or let's not sound so blasphemous. That is exactly when his words are most needed. But the book, Andreas, who must return it, or would you like to have it to receive a fourth letter? I understand. I'd hate to loan a book and never get it back. It'd be like losing a limb. Well, perhaps a small limb. Maybe a finger. Regardless of the size and importance of the body part in question, I understand it and appreciate it. It is not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but return to Almdea Risco properly. The book, please. There is only one book left, then you will be freed from bondage. A dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. I believe the guy was reading it. Now I think about it, guy has always been guarded about this book, like he was hiding it. Very good, please bring it here. What is this anyway? It's French. The soul that God touched, empty of sin in the first state of grace. What is this? Why are you asking so many questions? Just give it to me. Is this a forbidden book? Why won't you tell me what this book is? I'm sorry, but I just love books too much. You can't let know without knowing what it is. Curiosity can be a dangerous thing, Andreas, especially in a place like this. 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. Its author shared the same fate. Why? I don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question judgment of one bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it, but I know it contains dialogue between love and reason. The book is dangerous. When did the bishop condemn it? 200 years ago? Why? Why is it still here? Because if Father Matthias loved books, all books, he didn't want to see it destroyed. Is this love and reason? He's saying that love overpowers reason, and that can lead to bad things, and that's why the book was condemned. And he was right to do books, so books shouldn't be destroyed even if their content is in question. I can sympathize with him. That's fine, but Father Matthias is gone. It is not my place to question the former abbot's decision, but when Father Gurmit learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. Must the book be destroyed? No one even knows that it's here. Well, I ain't giving it if you're just going to destroy it. Why not? What are you going to do with it? Read it, become a French heretic? Keep it safe. Give me that book or our deal is forfeit. I won't tell you anything about Baron Rothvogel. You're supposed to destroy maybe the last copy of this work of art for some gossip? Consider the sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. I appeal to your duty as the librarian of this abbey not to destroy this book. Well, that's exactly why she should. I propose compromise. I will take the book from the abbey, far away. I'll be gone by the time Father Gurmit asks about it, and if you like, you can say I stole it. I doubt he'll make a fuss about stealing a book he wanted destroyed. I don't like this, Andreas. It feels wrong in my heart. Helped her, and I got away with words, so you pass. I swear I'll take it far away. It's been out of here for years. Besides, how could you have stopped me? I'm trusting you in this, Andreas, against my better judgment. Don't make me regret this. Now then, Baron Rothvogel, quickly though, I need to finish up here soon. You said he buys books from the Abbey? What kinds? Why are you angling to get the Baron as a patron someday? We share a common love. I want to know if particulars are as similar as the generality. You seem to love all books, Andreas. Baron Rothvogel's tastes are not as broad. He collects books with admirable artistic qualities or on subjects he seems to have fascination with. I can't speak on his taste in art, but I have noticed a tendency in the subjects that attract him. The Baron has particular interest in books on magic and other occult topics, as does our prior, though I suspect the Baron's interest may be more experimental than academic. Is that normal? Monks having an interest in the occult? No. Monks and nuns have been copying these books for centuries. Who else has such an easy access to them? Faith can inure anyone against corrupting ideas, but reading such texts is dangerous. Not that it is my place to judge either the prior or the Baron, of course. You seem to say that often after judging people. Is that a joke or simply an observation? In any case, I understand that it is a flaw that I must correct. Well, I must be off to Mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. Yeah, I thought I was going to ask more questions. Wait, how will you get to church if you enter the scriptorium? I thought this was the only door in the library. We were standing in the oldest part of the abbey, and like any old place, it has shares of secrets. Good day, Andreas. God be with you. I spent my whole afternoon doing that. That was supposed to be work hours. That was the bell for the sext. The brothers will be sitting down for dinner soon. I should see if Otto is around, still wants to eat with me. I think he is working by the guest house below the abbey. I wonder what Friar Fennec was doing with this book. What's it say? From the Library and University of Five Churches, the Hungarians call it Pex. Where's the Fennec is from? Is that where Fennec is from? Doctor of Theology, George of Grand. Friend of his? What am I supposed to be looking at? The Scriptum Astronomae. Albertus Magnus, Defense of Astrology. So this is a forbidden tome, likely. Sloppy bookhand couldn't have been produced by an abbey of note. Bastard script, Bulgarian, Flemish, not from here, not recently. It's definitely Fennec's handwriting between the lines and the margins. Is he notating text for the university in Pex? Is he notating text for his personal use? Is he notating text for the benefit of future readers? Perhaps. In any case, it's a thorough commentary. What's this? It looks scribbled, not like Frank's. Baron to be sloppy. He didn't even let the ink dry. Libra, Capricorn, Aries, all astrological symbols. What's written below? Maybe I should have learned Greek at some point. I can't make any sense of this. Wait, the vulva I found has Greek letters on it. They must be connected, but how? He was holding the thing. The outer ring of the vulvule is marked with alchemical symbols, but the cipher has astrological symbols. Right, and these are star signs, like the constellations all represent these, so... If we look for the sign, like this is to be the order that things have been ciphered in, we've turned the wheel to the correct sign, it'll give us what the letters should be, right? But it's all in Greek. It's all Greek to me. There's something I'm missing. I suppose I'll figure it out in due time. But I'll copy this down and I'll reference later. I mean, I'm curious. Let me see about this. I still don't know how to connect the elemental symbols on the vulvule with the astrological symbols in the cipher. Until I figure out the connection, I can't decipher the note I found in Fennec's book. If I could find some way in the library, I'm sure there's a book I can use to figure this out. Something about astrology. Sister Illuminata is in the most of the day. Perhaps I can find a way after dark. If all else fails, perhaps I can ask Warner Stolz if he lives off the North Common. I have a sense he doesn't like me much, but I'll find a way to get the information out of them. Monument found to the abbey. It's fairly recent. The funds were donated by her descendants. Animal friends. Apple trees only start to bloom. It will be months before they bear fruit. Oyster. The evader. People go to choke the chickens. Pilgrim's badge of St. Maurice. Endress makes these. That's a blacksmith. These cucumbers are growing quickly. I'm sure whatever isn't eaten will be pickled. I wonder what recipes the brothers have for peas. Recipes. I don't know, probably just pea soup. Oh, they have mirabus. Oh. I only enjoy the company of dogs in the short term. Illuminati kind of implied that there was another way into the library. She uses it on the reg. Maybe I would find something like in the cellar or maybe the crypt. Lucas. Hello? What am I supposed to find? Character I hadn't yet met. Prime hour 6. See if Otto and Endress are around. Yeah, so I need to leave the Abbey. They did invite me to dinner. I give you health. God bless you, Andreas. Yeah, God bless you. Andreas? God bless you, Andreas. Good day, Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. And the brothers eat their meals. This is where the lector reads to them. God bless you, Andreas. God bless. God bless. God day. So this reflectory is the meal hall. It's the mess hall. this thing. Infirmary, Upper Abbey. And look, patron artist, also patron of healers. Most of these medicines are made by Agnes Stingray with some help from Sister Gertrude. That not the courtyard? Chapter house. The dance death mural Father Matthias had obtained a few days before his death. It's beautiful. I'm not sure what this is. They like keep books here, like individual chapters of books. Your shoes open. Can I steal something? I think I'm about to steal. Montrance, chalice, pattern curtain, and purificator are almost everything you need for mass, other than the host. Probably where the funds of the Abbey are stored. Sacredstry is also the treasury. Armories hold the vestments of Father Gurney and Brother Matthew used during Mass. Well, like the gilded robes and the nice staff. Their door like an hour of crypt, yeah. I can ring the bell. Ring-a-ding-ding-dong. I'd get in a lot of trouble for that. The foundation of the Abbey were built when the Romans occupied the land not long after the death of Christ. These tomb markers go back centuries, all the way to the founding of the Abbey. Abbot Dietrich, from the height of Pierce's power in 14th century, days have long passed. What is this? A lovely relief of the Virgin Child. Shame it's hidden down here. That was it. What? Oh, hey. Now what? I should wait till after hours. This is a big place, man. Sister Gertrude dries and stores all her herbs here. Got a cat. Aww. The beans. The sister certainly keeps your garden well tended. God bless. God bless, Master Mauler. Sister Matilda, how are you doing? Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless necessary to perform our work. Forgive me, sorry to bother you. Thank you, Master Mauler. Tasting is lucky to have so much woodwort naturally growing. I'd buy it back in Newtonburg. The many-petaled cinderfoil and grows so easily. You consider it's a weed. God bless you, Master Mauler. How are things going in the nun's kitchen? I mean, no offense, Master Mauler, but I cannot speak with men. My apologies. Bless you. And you as well, sister. Penny raid! Painting of Hilgard of Bingen, Mother Cecilia's favorite. Is she burning? Doors in the covenant are locked outside, men at least. Feverfew, always smells so fresh. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I've noticed that you took the sisters inside when I walked with the Baron. What concern is it of yours? Bro, you definitely diddled someone. You said much in saying nothing. And now I'll say even less. Good day, Andreas. Almost leaving the rest of the covenant out for me. Alright, let's go have dinner. How's the time? 2.5 about. Martin, piece of shit. Hey, what is it? Leave me alone. Have you forgotten the words that Matthew Apostle do unto others? I don't need your patron, your sermon, and Andreas. Hey, just go away. I'm busy. What exactly are you doing? Mind your own business. It's peeping through that window, ain't it? I'm only curious. Curiosity's a virtue. You're nothing but a snoop and a windbag. Piss off. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Yeah, he's casing it. They're staying at the guest house. He wants to rob them. Damn scoundrel. Well, if I had the scoundrel background, I might have been able to get him to tell me that. Maybe I can even help him get that extra pay. Pay my rent for the month. Good day, Master Mauler. Andreas, good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. Afternoon, Andreas. Otto, Clara did give me your message. Sorry I missed this morning. I was still asleep when you came by. The abbot really lets you get away with anything, doesn't he? Leave him be, Otto. I'm hungry. Let's pray. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Nah, they are separate, damn. Just imagine it, cheesy bread with nuts, dog, like shit. One nice piece. Through Christ our Lord, amen. Amen. Honestly, I got a bit of a feast. Like, what's that guy got? A roll? piece of cheese and maybe a fish. And that guy's only got a roll and cheese. And bad morning. Next aching, I barely got any work done. It was a sore neck was the worst injury I had to worry about. Is your ass sore from sitting too? Ah, you pain. Come on, man. Alright, I get it. Fair point. Start with the bread. Just kidding, Andreas. You could cut your finger preparing quills. No, they make Guy do that. Cheese, this is the best part here. Some might consider it dessert, but I think the nuts are more of the dessert, and like, even if you don't eat them, you can still give them to an animal or something, like... Wow, this is the best part, right? You eat the, like, the mid thing first. You get to the main course. Good, I don't like that stuck-up prick. Anyways, I saw you walking with Baron Rothfungal in the meadow on your way here. What's that all about? He's here to check on a commission. I understand he was friendly with Father Matthias. I think maybe your pressure brother Piero finished manuscript he's working on. As far as I know, I can tell he's here to terrorize people, taste it. No, he's just here to check on it. He was, though. Father Matthias had some misgivings about the Baron. What kind of misgivings? He fools around with young women. Yeah, he's married, of course. Oh, that's only gossip, and isn't Christian to spread rumors like that. Not gossip that he beat up a farmer a few years back. Old Ranning, may he rest in peace. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know, but if he did that, yes, it speaks poorly of his character. We had a long conversation way up here, he didn't mention anything about that. I mean, he seems to have a bad reputation, I believe it. We talked about with them. I mean, no offense, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? Talk to me how I work, he's fascinated by both art and books. Martin Luther, my time at university, and a variety of other things. He's quite well educated. Sure, I imagine you have a lot of time to read when you don't have to worry that your next meal is going to come from. All I do, I'm giving my rent away early, man. This bitterness and envy are no good for a Christian's souls, Otto. That's why Otto only had 2 items. He's poor. It's not easy, Andrus. No one should get away with what he does, what this abbey does. No offense to you, Andreas. I don't have any problem with the boons the abbey makes, books the abbey makes. I never did learn to read, but if people are paying the abbey to make them, it doesn't bother me. Now, I see why people resent that abbot's rule as a harsh lord. I think you're being unfair. The abbey does taste me a lot of good, more than you realize. The church is supposed to be our shepherd leader. When they act as lords, it's hard to see how they're helping us. Yeah. Oh, Otto, did you see that? Your sheep escaped the grazing fields again? No, but I'm not surprised. Martin's was supposed to fix that fence, and he probably did a bad job at it. He's always in a foul mood, and he could be the laziest soul in pacing. He can't even hold the hammer properly. Married and a father at such a young age, and he barely lifts a finger for his wife or child. On top of that, he's a damn thief, and before you say it, Andres, that's more than just gossip. Look at him over by the guest house. He's probably figuring out what he can steal with the least amount of effort. I admit he seemed less than helpful when I saw him this morning. He was busy staring at the fucking rich people. I doubt he'll ever amount to much of anything. Speaking of the Bower sheep, their ewes are shorn and the women will be spinning it soon, Otto. I got it, Andres. No need to tease. What God wants to happen will happen. You got a thing with one of them? It's like a storm's coming. We should probably get back to it. Right, I'll catch up in a moment, Andres. Oh, Andreas, say hello to Ava for me if you get a chance. Of course. You return to work in the scriptorium until later. It's just lunchtime. Nods. Noon. Those guys look sus. Whoa. What the hell is going on here? These inquisitors? Carl! Oh, hello, Andres. Oh, Carl, you seem busier than usual today. I'm behind my work. I went up to the shrine of St. Maurice this morning to pay for his aid. The candle I lit had all but burned away. I was there so long. Now I need to catch up. You go to the shrine very often. Your dedication to St. Maurice is impressive. Oh, well, truth be told, I only started going in this shrine more often when Helena became pregnant. Her mother had trouble in childbirth, so I've been praying to visit St. Maurice and Santia's shrine to pray for their aid. I hope they hear your prayers. Thank you, so do I. Maybe that's just a raincoat they're wearing and those are just normal people. God bless you, Andreas. Hello, Brother Matthew. What are you doing out here? I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Cursive's sacrist, I attend to the shrine in St. Maurice. As the patron of tasting and Cursive both, so it's my duty to ensure the reliquary is well cared for. The shrine is always beautifully kept. Whenever I visit, I'm always impressed, inspired. The martyrdom of St. Maurice provides inspiration to us all. You are familiar with the life of St. Maurice, are you not? Unfortunately, I did not learn all the minor saints in university. I've been reading more about the saints from far off, for Saint Illuminati allows me a book, of course. That might get her in trouble. Though he may not do well known in the church, St. Maurice is both tasting and Cruce's patron saint. You ought to learn something about him while you're here. By all means, St. Maurice is most widely known for his martyrdom at the hands of the Romans. He protected a town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn he turned his legion were decimated. I mean annihilated, because technically decimation means 1 of every 10. Yeah, I mean, it just means they were cut to a fraction of their size. I don't think they were wiped. What did it mean as legion? What did it mean as a Roman soldier? from Decimus. He's just mad that he's like, fuck this guy. But actually... Is he a soldier? Yes, it was a Roman citizen and led a legion made entirely of Christians into Bavaria. When he refused to kill the Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome, the emperor had his legion massacred. Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing only this, if anything, about his life. However, tasting patterned St. Maurice because he was one to convert the town and save it from destruction. Yes, I've been hearing about some of the pagan history in town. There are some in tasting who still cling to pagan traditions, yes. God save them. St. Maurice and his legion were snowed into the pass. Snowed, yeah, that's exactly what it says. And the pagan townsfolk refused to aid them. The daughter of the town's leaders, Satya, was moved in spirit and snuck into town to correct. She led Maurice to a spring, and soon she saw was baptized. The snow melted, revealing all manner of fruits. Maurice and his legion were saved by the miraculous gifts the town was converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains. This guy just passed through and made them all Christian. It sounds a bit far-fetched for fruit to be freaking sprouting in the middle of winter. But that's why it's called a miracle. It's bullshit. How did his hand end up here? The Roman soldiers dismembered St. Maurice for the fear he would resurrect like Christ. The Christians of the town fled with his body so that it would not be further desecrated. His hand was preserved here. You're welcome, Master Muller. God bless you. Till later, brother. Alright, I think that's maybe all the talking I can handle today. My throat is starting to hurt. Oh! It seems like it's gonna take a while to open up, but like, you know, we've gotten to use our background some. I appreciate that. And like, we've stumbled across like 2 little puzzles that we're like in the process of working on. Got a couple side quests, like, I don't know, I think this is going to start to open up a lot more, be less on rails. Maybe once the murder happens, we have to start investigating. I'm enjoying this for now, like, it's fine. Hasn't quite hooked me yet, which, I mean, you gotta do that within the first play session usually, or people aren't going to come back. I don't know, maybe people did try this and they, like, refunded or something, like, you know, whatever. I intend to play more. Maybe we'll do it a little more frequently since these are, you know, shorter. Perhaps. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways. I'll see you when I decide to do this. Maybe it'll be a few days, maybe it'll be a week still. We'll figure it out. I don't want to fall behind in, like, my video uploads. That's usually the reason it's a week, honestly. Like, I don't do that till, like, the day before the next stream.